Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are revealing something so crazy. The day has finally come. I've been working on something for over a year. I've been dropping hints on Twitter, Instagram for ages, and finally I got a launch date and it's here. It's here. Well, it's not here yet. It's here tomorrow. Okay, so hold your horses. It's not available to purchase yet till tomorrow morning, but I hope you are as excited as I am. So here we have the palette, guys. This is my collaboration eyeshadow palette with Revolution. Like, can you believe this is happening? I never thought this would ever happen to me. Like, I can't stop smiling right now. It's hurting. Yeah, this is the Tropical Paradise palette, and yeah, I'm gonna insert clips of me explaining the process behind it, my ideas, my inspiration, all of that, because I have already filmed a separate video for the Revolution YouTube channel, and in that video I was explaining the whole process, you know, why I picked certain things, why I went with this theme, and blah blah blah. So I thought, rather than refilming it and trying to get like the excitement and all of that back, I'm just going to insert those clips here, because you know when you've already said something, guys, it's hard to kind of say it again with the same excitement. So I'm just going to insert the clips of me explaining. Now, of course, my makeup is different in these clips because they were filmed a couple days ago, and it will be going on the Revolution page on Saturday. So this video is actually going up first, even though I filmed the other video first. This is so confusing. I'm so like... So let's just go ahead and jump straight into swatches and also clips of me explaining my inspiration and ideas behind this palette, and I'll be right back with a tutorial. So I'm just going to talk you through a little bit about the palette and, you know, my inspiration and all of that before we jump into the tutorial. And I did create two looks for you today. I did a daytime look and then I transitioned it into a nighttime look so you guys can see the variety this palette has to offer. So it is called Tropical Paradise and this is the packaging. Now, I did tell Revolution what colors I wanted on the packaging. I said I want a sunset packaging from like yellow to coral to purple, and this is the design they came back with, and I absolutely fell in love. Now, of course, I'm not a graphic designer, guys, so I didn't, you know, design this myself, but I did tell them the colors that I wanted and the style of box that I wanted, and they definitely did not disappoint. This is exactly what I was going for. And then once you open the palette up, this is the packaging on the inside. So it is that rose gold mirrored type of packaging, and the back is black. It says Tammi x Revolution. Like, that's my name, that's me. I'm sorry, this is so surreal. This is my first video that I'm actually filming using my palette, showing you guys my palette. Like, this feels crazy right now. And then once you open the palette up, you are greeted with all of these absolutely stunning, beautiful shades that were hand selected by me myself. I also strategically placed every single shade where I wanted it to go, because the first palette sample that I got, of course, I picked all of the colors and Revolution put it into the layout that I wanted, but the placement of each shade wasn't what I wanted. So I literally took a picture of it, went onto Photoshop, cut out box by box, and moved every single shade on Photoshop to put what I want where I want it, because the shades themselves are absolutely beautiful, but if placed in the wrong place, they don't translate what I wanted to translate. So I moved the shades around and this is what I came up with. This inspires me so much more, and it's crazy because the palette was the exact same shades, but the placement of the shades threw me completely off. Like, I almost had a mental breakdown crying because I was like, this doesn't look right, it's not inspiring me. So I literally sat on Photoshop all night, put in every single shade in the place that I want it to be in. So definitely very hands-on with this palette, guys. So at the bottom we have 3 transition colors for every skin tone. So of course we have Coconut Cream, which is this light color, which is perfect for fair, light, medium skin tones to kind of set their base. Then we have Nutmeg, which is my perfect transition color. I absolutely, on an everyday basis, I love putting this into the crease. By the way, guys, this is a new palette. This is the palette that I used on my eyes today. This is not my palette that I've been using because that's dirty. But yeah, this is Nutmeg, and I absolutely love using this in my crease as a transition shade. And then we have Isle of Spice, which is named after my country that I'm from, Grenada. They call Grenada the Isle of Spice in the Caribbean because we're so spicy. So I named this shade shade after the country that I come from. And this is a warm tone brown to put in the crease for deeper, darker skin tones. This would look absolutely beautiful as a base color. So you have transition colors for every single skin tone. Then we jump into the top row. So the top row I specifically designed, I'm just gonna cover this up. I specifically designed the top row to be like a neutral everyday kind of color palette. So if you cover the colorful shades, this is a neutral palette. This is an everyday. You've got your transition colors, you've got your golds, you know, your lid shimmer colors, you've got an inner corner gold right there. So this is an everyday palette right here. Then the second row, we have our fun, beautiful colors that, you know, for people like me that love to experiment, this is going to be your favorite row, because you can definitely do everyday neutral looks using this top row, but the second row is here to add color. And I absolutely love colors in my eye looks. Of course, if you do follow me, you would see I love to experiment with makeup and color, so these shades of course had to be included. My favorite on my inner corner right now is called Golden Sands, and it's this gorgeous yellow gold right there. So the palette is called Tropical Paradise, and of course I've called it this because it's a very tropical palette, but I also wanted the name of the palette to reflect who I am and where I come from. So of course my granddad is from a little island in the Caribbean called Grenada, and I wanted to honor Caribbean culture with this palette. I wanted to include my culture into this palette, give you guys a taste of the Caribbean, you know, a bit of our culture like Carnival, which is why there is a shade in here called Carnival, which is this gorgeous purpley shimmery shade right here. So here we have Tropical Paradise, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you love it as much as I do. It's going to retail for £10 from revolutionbeauty.com. It should be in Superdrug stores as well very soon, but I'm not quite sure on the date of that, but everything will be linked in the description box down below, of course. Also, I wanted to mention that while designing this palette, of course I had women of color, my own skin tone in mind. Usually when I buy a palette, half of the shades, if not, you know, a third of the shades don't work for me. Either they're too light and they just won't show up as transition or base colors or anything like that, whereas this palette I have specifically designed every single shade to show up on my skin tone, apart from coconut cream, which of course I do use on the brow bone area. It doesn't show up that much on my skin tone, but every other color will show up on women of color because I've designed it to be my perfect palette, so of course it will show up. But that being said, this palette is for everyone. It will definitely work for fair, light, medium, deep dark, everyone. Like, everyone can get use out of this palette, which I absolutely love. So I hope you guys enjoy this palette. I'm so nervous right now, but I'm also like overwhelmed with joy and happiness, and I can't explain to you guys how I never in a million years thought this would happen to me. So the fact that I've got to design my perfect palette, but not only that, but design it with one of my favorite brands in the world. It's affordable, so I can give you guys affordable makeup. Like, at this point I feel like I'm rambling on, but just know that I did pick every single shade in here. I even placed every single shade. Thank you so much to Revolution for giving me so much creative control over this. They never once told me no in terms of like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. They were really, really laid back and really easy. They just went with my vision. So for that, of course, I have to say thank you, Revolution. Thank you, Adam, the owner of Revolution, for giving me this chance, giving me my dream, and pull it together, girl, pull it together. Okay guys, so let's just go ahead and jump straight into this tutorial using my palette. Now I'm thinking to do like a smoky purple eye today, maybe a cut crease as well. We'll see how we go, but let's just go ahead and get started. So the first shade I'm gonna take is the shade Coraline, which is this one right here. It's kind of like a light pinky berry color. It's like a corally pink color. Some of the names in the palette have like a meaning behind it, and some are just because they're the color of that. For example, Rainforest and Waterfall. Obviously Rainforest is green and Waterfall is blue. There's no kind of, you know, big meaning behind it, but some of the shades do have meaning. For example, Perpy Perps was named by my daughter. Queen Lou, this one right here, is named after my mum. She's called Louise, so I put Queen Lou in there. And Isle of Spice down here is named after Grenada, the country that I'm originally from. So yeah, some names have meanings and some are just because the color reminds me of that name, you know? Anyways, enough rambling. So I'm taking Coraline into my crease first as a transition color. Now I have already primed my eyes using the Revolution Conceal and Define. And next, to deepen that up slightly, I'm going to take a dab of this color here, which is called Majestic. Now it is very similar to Coraline, but it is deeper and it has a little bit more hint of like purple berry color and a slight hint of burgundy as well. So I'm just going to put that right on top into the crease. But all of the colors in this palette have a nice depth to it, of course, so it can show up on my skin tone and deeper. So next I'm going to dip into Perpy Perps, which is this, of course, purple color right here. And I'm also going to take a dab of Midnight Stroll, which is the black. So I'm going to mix the two and put it on the outer V. And I'm just going to diffuse that really lightly. I don't want it to be too smoky and dark, so I'm just going to take a little bit. And then going back in with my first brush, just diffusing the edges of that deep dark purple and black. And do you know what's so funny, guys? When I told Kaylee that, you know, the palette is going to be in stores and people can buy it, blah, 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 she was like, no, I don't want them to take my Perpy Perps. And I was like, baby, there's more. I'm so excited to see this palette in store, guys. Like, it will be in store, but we don't have an official date right now. So I will, of course, update you guys when it is in store. But for now, it's on Revolution Beauty. Make sure you set your alarm, guys, because it does launch tomorrow. So it's not available to buy right now, but tomorrow morning it's go, okay? And definitely feel free to tag me in any looks you create, because you guys might think of a combination that I've never thought of. Of course, I will share every single person that tags me, buys the palette or whatever. I will tag you in my Instagram story, because thank you guys so much for the support. But I'm trying to decide if I want to cut the crease today or if I just want to leave it kind of. No, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the crease. So I am cutting the crease today, and to do that I'm gonna take the Conceal and Define from Revolution. I'm taking C11 and I just put some of it on my lid. And then lately I've been loving that trick where you like look up and it tells you where your cut crease should be, but my eyes are uneven, so every time I look up, this one always goes higher than this one, but what can you do? And then once that is on, you've kind of got the outline of the line where you need to go, so now you just connect the rest. So first I'm taking Carnival, which is the shimmery purple, and I'm going to put that right onto the center of the lid. You have to go really slow at the cut crease line, otherwise you will go over it. So just do small little strokes and you should get the pigment right onto the concealer. Now I'm going to take those two darker colors, Perpy Perps and Midnight Stroll once again, and I'm just going to put that on the outer edge to help blend that shimmery purple. And then taking a clean brush, just diffusing those edges to make sure the outer area is all blended. So for the inner corner, I do want to go in with Golden Sands because I absolutely love using this color on my lid, but I feel like I've used that color so many times in like looks that I've done because I'm obsessed with it. So I think for today I'm going to go in with Queen Lou, which is, you know, the shade dedicated to my mama. She loves this pinky shimmery champagne color right here, and I'm just going to put this on the inner corner because this will go gorgeous with the purple. By the way, guys, the shimmers that I'm using today, they are all dry, but of course you can wet them to get even more intensity, but they perform perfectly well dry. Ooh, I love this eye look. I'm telling you guys, you can create like a million looks with this palette, a million. Okay guys, so that is the eyeshadow look complete. I'm gonna go off camera, put my lashes, concealer, all of that jazz on, and then I'll come back to show you guys the final look. I want you to live your life, of course, but I hope you get what you're dying for. Be careful with me, hey, hey. Okay, girlies, and I'm back. So here we have the final look, and I am absolutely obsessed with it. Of course, I'm obsessed with purple, so anything purple on the eyes, I'm just like, yes. I went in with the Screenshot lip liner from ObsessionMakeup. I absolutely love this. It's kind of like a muted purple liner. Let me do a swatch of it. It does come in their lip kit though, so it's not sold individually, but look at that. It's like a cross between a brown and a purple. I absolutely love it. So this is called Screenshot. Then I also took the Revolution lip gloss in the shade Bare All, which is this right here. Yeah guys, that is the look. This is my reveal video of my palette. I can't believe this moment has finally come. I've been working on this for so long. Now I can finally share it with you guys, and I hope you guys will share your looks with me if you do decide to pick it up. I would absolutely be grateful and like over the moon if you did tag me in any looks. So yeah guys, that is it. I hope you guys like the palette. I hope you like the video. Please go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Leave me all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will be reading every single comment, so please be nice. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.